We begin this evening with President Trump. Two words that still simply do not belong together, like baby pubes or haunted horse. This week actually began promisingly for the president as he addressed Congress with what appeared to be a more disciplined tone.
The time for small thinking is over. The time for trivial fights is behind us.
OK, here's the thing about that. I know that's supposed to be a reassuring statement, but it could actually go either way. The time for trivial fights is behind us. The time for major fights is here, which is why I am launching a full-scale invasion of Australia. Who's with me? The speech actually got rave reviews, and for almost 24 hours, it seemed the White House might finally be getting on track, until this happened.
The Washington Post now reporting tonight that Attorney General Jeff Sessions, when he was still a senator and an advisor to the Trump campaign, had meetings with Russia's ambassador to the U.S., but did not disclose them during his confirmation hearings.
Yes, Jeff Sessions, Trump's Attorney General, and the unfortunate result of Dobby the House Elf's one-night stand with a Confederate flag, got in trouble this week for undisclosed meetings with Russia's ambassador, something which in itself is not against the law. The problem is, Sessions' confirmation hearing featured this exchange.
If there is any evidence that anyone affiliated with the Trump campaign communicated with the Russian government in the course of this campaign, what will you do?
Senator Franken, I'm not aware of any of those activities. I have been called a surrogate at a time or two in that campaign, and I did not have communications with the Russians, and I'm unable to comment on it.
Now, there is an obvious problem there. As we now know, what he just said is not true. But perhaps the weirder thing is that was an unforced error. He wasn't even asked whether he'd met with the Russians. He just implicated himself out of the blue, which should have been immediately suspicious. If you ask someone how their weekend was and they say, well, I definitely wasn't masturbating into the Slurpee machine at the 7-Eleven, you check the fucking security cameras at the 7-Eleven and you don't act surprised. And you can sort of tell that Sessions knew he'd fucked up, because watch his expression immediately afterward.
I did not have communications with the Russians, and I'm unable to comment on it.
Very well. Without divulging sensitive...
He looked right at the camera. He looks like he's about to loosen his collar and audibly say the word gulp. Now, Sessions eventually recused himself from investigating anything to do with Russia and the Trump campaign, but that might not be enough. There are now multiple calls for his resignation, the most forceful of which was a damning tweet that read, "That's not good enough, you need to resign," posted by the band Smash Mouth. And you know what they say? As goes Smash Mouth, so goes about 8,000 people tops. And to be clear, it wasn't just Sessions meeting with Russian officials last year. Many Trump campaign operatives, including J.D. Gordon and Carter Page, met with the Russian ambassador, Sergei Kislyak, as did Jared Kushner. And again, there is nothing inherently wrong there, but it doesn't look great that every time Trump associates are asked about Russia, they respond like they're trying to hide something. Just watch former policy advisor Carter Page on Thursday.
Did you meet Sergei Kislyak in Cleveland? Did you talk to him?
I'm not going to deny that I talked with him.
So you did talk to him?
I will say that I never met him anywhere outside of Cleveland. Let's just say that much.
The only time that you met him was in Cleveland?
That I may have met him, possibly, it might have been in Cleveland.
I mean, when you think about it, Cleveland is more a state of mind than a physical place, right? Well, for example, sometimes when I need to delay an orgasm, I go to Cleveland in my mind, and sometimes I meet Sergei Kislyak there. Does that count? Does that count? Am I still talking? And that is part of a pattern of suspicious responses you can trace back to last summer when Paul Manafort, Trump's then campaign manager, did this.
So to be clear, Mr. Trump has no financial relationships with any Russian oligarchs.
That's what he said. That's what I said. That's obviously what our position is.
Holy shit! That was so unconvincing, it probably set off an unplugged polygraph machine just sitting in a closet somewhere. Oh, I don't know what happened, Sarge. I went in to get some paper clips and the needle was just going crazy.